This is the Star Wars Weekly Wrap-Up. A lot of things happened this week, so here we go. Now, this report is spoiler-free. However, we will be talking about characters, their background, and the details that have officially been released. But before we do that, did you know that tonight, Saturday, the 14th of November, is the very first screening of Star Wars, The Force Awakens? Yes, tonight. You're not invited. An elite group of Hollywood honchos will screen the franchise's return at the Nokia Theater, well, now it's the Microsoft Theater, in downtown LA tonight, Saturday the 14th. That's 5 whole weeks before the rest of us who really love the movies get to see it. How is that fair? Somebody call the 501st. Let's round up the troops and take over that damn theater ourselves. Oh well. Let's get on with the rest of the news. Entertainment Weekly was the hot source for Star Wars information this week. They kicked off the week by releasing a bunch of new images, a few which had some rather interesting character dynamic and scene descriptions in them. Here's a quick look at them now. Speaking of images, also released at StarWars.com, the official IMAX 3D movie poster for The Force Awakens. We've provided a link in the description below if you want to download a copy for yourself. Now, the images were a big treat, but Entertainment Weekly dropped a lot of juicy nuggets about the characters that we've been dying to know. First up, Princess Leia. J.J. Abrams made it official and announced that she is now General Leia. Not Queen, not Admiral, not Mrs. Solo. Well, maybe Mrs. Solo, but as far as we know right now, she's being referred to as General. No official word on her last name just yet. Another juicy nugget dropped in these interviews. The voice you hear narrating the recent television spot,
I see your eyes. I know your eyes,
belongs to Lupita Nyong'o for the character Maz Kanata. That's not new information. What is new, we have a face to the voice. That voice belongs to the little guy on the official Force Awakens poster standing between BB-8 and R2-D2. Not this guy, as previously speculated. Now, there are a ton of other bits of information and a lot of great interviews and articles in this issue of Entertainment Weekly. Gwendolyn Christie talks about her character, Captain Phasma. John Boyega and Daisy Ridley both talk a little bit about their backstories as well, including some interesting things about how a stormtrooper is groomed at youth. But if there's one article you should get into, it's the interview with Andy Serkis about his character, Supreme Leader Snoke. We know that he is a new species to the Star Wars universe, and contrary to earlier rumors, was not based on Darth Plagueis. Let's move on to the new footage. 2 updated television spots have been released this week, one on ABC and another on the Disney Channel. Both commercials have brand new footage in them. Although it's only a few seconds, each one tells a little bit more about each character. Some of the highlights: Han Solo with a blaster, Finn with a lightsaber battling a stormtrooper, and the very first look at General Hux in action. Oh, and you can also see Admiral Akbar in the background of one of the shots. If you haven't seen either of these trailers or you want to see them again, we've provided links below. Now, last but not least, for all you Disney fans, head on over to Disneyland to preview things to come. They are kicking off the Season of the Force. Star Tours has been updated for The Force Awakens. Space Mountain has been revamped into a Star Wars attraction. And be sure to check out the exhibits, specifically the Star Wars Launch Bay. They have a ton of props from The Force Awakens and a lot of other cool things. That is most of the Star Wars news for the week. If you want to read up on #ForceForDaniel, which was a big story we covered earlier in the week, we'll provide a link below. That's it for this week. Hit that subscribe button to keep up with everything trending in Star Wars, sci-fi, geek pop culture, and everything else. Be sure to tell your friends about us, and we'll see you next time.